मिशन चढ़ती कला। और मैं भारत के हर नागरिक को, उद्योगपति को, चैरिटेबल ट्रस्टों को, कलाकारों को, पूरी दुनिया में बसते पंजाबियों को, बहन भाइयों को दिल से अपील करता हूँ, आओ पंजाब को दोबारा अपने पाँव पे खड़े करने का टाइम आ गया है। पुनर्वास में और रिस्ट्रक्चर में पंजाब का साथ दीजिए। मैं वचन देता हूँ, जो भी आप मेहनत की कमाई से 1 रुपया भी अगर निकालोगे तो 1.25 रुपया बना के हम पारदर्शिता और ईमानदारी से इस्तेमाल करेंगे। और जानकारी चाहिए तो rangla.punjab.gov.in ये वेबसाइट पे जा सकते हैं, सब कुछ डिटेल मिल जाएगा। आओ मिलकर हाथ से हाथ जोड़ के एक ऐसा पुण्य उसमें योगदान डालें और बता दें दुनिया को कि पंजाब किसी भी संकट के सामने हारता नहीं है।
On September 24, 2025, peaceful protest in Ladakh turned violent, leading to 4 deaths and over 80 injuries. Protesters clashed with police in Leh, setting fire to the BJP office and a police vehicle. This marks the worst unrest in the region since it became a union territory in 2019. But what triggered this unrest? To understand this, let's go back to the background. In August 2019, the Indian government ended special status for Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370. It split the state into 2 union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Unlike Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh has no elected assembly and is ruled directly by the central government through a lieutenant governor. At first, many in Ladakh welcomed the change, but soon people began to worry about losing control over their land, jobs and environment. Ladakh is a cold desert with a fragile ecosystem and a mostly tribal population. Without projections, large-scale projects could harm the region and bring in outsiders, threatening both local livelihoods and the environment. The key demands of Ladakh's people include statehood, with its own legislature, inclusive in the 6th schedule of the Constitution for tribal autonomy, separate parliament seats for Leh and Kargil districts, and job reservations for local. 2 main groups have led this movement, the Leh Apex Body and the Kargil Democratic Alliance. In 2023, they formed a high-powered committee with the government to discuss these issues. While talks were held, progress stalled after May 2025. Only a domicile policy for jobs was agreed upon, leaving other major demands unmet. What happened leading to violence? Frustration built up over time. In September 2025, climate activist Sonam Wangchuk and others began a hunger strike on September 10. The strike lasts 35 days for some protesters with demands for urgent action on statehood and constitutional protections. On September 24, 2 elderly hunger strikers aged 72 and 60 were hospitalized in critical condition. This triggered anger among young protesters, often referred to as Gen Z in reports. They gathered outside the BJP office in Leh during a shutdown called by the Leh Apex Body. The protest quickly escalated into violence. Crowds threw stones at the police and set fires. Police responded with tear gas, batons, and, according to some accounts, gunfire in self-defense. 4 youth protesters were killed, aged between 19 and 46, while more than 40 police personnel were injured. Violence also spread to the Hill Council office. The immediate triggers were the health crisis of hunger strikes, years of joblessness among the youth, and delay in the government talks. But why it turned violent? The shift from peaceful protest to violence has been explained in different ways. Protesters described it as an outburst from frustrated youth who faced unemployment and feel their demands have been ignored. Sonam Wangchuk called it the saddest day for Ladakh and ended his hunger strike, urging a return to non-violence. The government, on the other hand, blames proactive speeches like leader including Wangchuk, saying they incite the crowd. Officials have also described it as part of a larger conspiracy, drawing comparisons to Gen Z uprising in Bangladesh and Nepal. The BJP has accused opposition parties such as Congress for fueling the unrest, while Congress has placed responsibility on the central government for failing to manage the talks effectively. At present, a curfew is in place in Leh district. Authorities have banned gathering under Section 163 of the Bharatiya Nagrika Suraksha Sanhita, and additional forces from the CPRF have been deployed to restore order. Calm returned by afternoon of September 24, but tensions remain high. Recent developments include the government scheduling the next high-powered committee meeting for October 6, 2025, along with additional talks on September 25 and 26. Activists insist that quick resolution are necessary to prevent further escalation. Meanwhile, the annual Ladakh festival was cancelled in the aftermath of the violence. Ladakh's people continue to seek safeguard for their future. The violent turn of the protesters underscores deep frustration, but leaders from both sides are now calling for dialogue to find a way forward. That's all for now on this explainer. Stay tuned to the Savera. Download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.